So factors affecting evaporation. First factor, Dhruva. Wait, Sanjit. I'm asking one by one. Anurag.
Ma'am, the amount of heat.
Amount of heat.
Or the surface area of the.
Surface area. Everyone turn on camera, please. Turn on your webcam.
My camera for some reason is black.
Okay. Other students? Okay, so Anurag, first one is surface area. So how it is dependent on surface area?
Ma'am, the larger the surface area, the more is the rate of evaporation.
Larger the surface area, more will be the rate of evaporation. Okay, how can we say by example, by taking any example? Can you explain? Any example?
Ma'am, can I say?
Wait, I know that you know.
Ma'am, when
Ashi, wait, Sanjay. No. Ashi, can you tell with the example, surface area, how the rate of evaporation increases with surface area? Any example?
Ma'am, when we put any wet cloth for drying, if we suppose we have put the cloth like together, there is no more, the surface area in the air is less. So the evaporation rate is less. But when we spread the cloth and when we put it, there is more surface area of the cloth and there is more rate of evaporation.
Yes, right. So when we fold the clothes and then wet clothes are folded and then this one put it in the air for drying, for this one kept in a rope for drying. At that time they won't, they dry, but it will take long time. But when you spread the cloth fully, open it fully and then put it on the rope, then they will, this one, they will get dried faster. Okay. Another example you can take as cup and saucer. The milk in a cup, hot milk in a cup and hot milk in saucer. So hot milk in a saucer gets cooled down faster compared to cup, milk in a cup, right? Then second example, second factor, Hamish, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what is the second factor on which the rate of evaporation depends?
Ma'am, I don't remember in the order. One of
Okay,
it
no
is,
order, any one of them. Surface area one done, remaining.
Other one is the humidity in the air.
Humidity in the air.
The
How
more
it is
humidity,
affected?
the more humidity in the air, the less water is taken from the substance. Like if we dry clothes in a rainy season, it doesn't get dried easily. It takes long time to get dried, but then in the summer season, it gets dried faster.
Yes, right. Humidity, more the humidity, that is more the moisture in the air, the rate of evaporation decreases, because after evaporation, the water particles are entering into the air and already air is occupied with the water particles. So there is no air or no place for water to take place from the air. So therefore rate of evaporation decreases. Okay. Then third factor, Chinmay. Chinmay, are you there? Gone. Mona?
Ma'am, temperature. Rate of evaporation increases with increase in temperature of the surroundings.
Okay, and what with example can you explain? Any of the example for this? Any of the example? Akshit, can you tell? Akshit, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you tell example where the temperature increases, the rate of evaporation increases? Turn on your camera, please. Why you people are not turning on camera? Suman,
Ma'am, wind speed.
Suman, can you tell the example? Suman, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, example.
Situation where rate of evaporation increases with increase in temperature.
Temperature. Raise in evaporation increase with increase in temperature of surrounding.
Example.
Particle already has more heat energy, it requires less heat, so evaporation is faster.
I'm asking practical example, everyday life example.
Everyday life example, ma'am.
This one, Arjun,
Yes, ma'am.
example.
I'm a fair rate of evaporation increase.
So the third point we are doing the example for that.
So which evaporation depends on?
Arjun, you are in the
And,
class.
Yes, ma'am.
Then
Ma'am, humidity.
humidity done already. We have discussed two. The third one we are discussing. The third one factor they have told. I need an everyday life example of it.
Ma'am, can I say?
Ma'am, can I say?
Arjun, what is going on? You are not in the class. You are not attending classes properly. Should not happen. Abhinav,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, example. No idea. Yes, Anath.
Ma'am,
Yeah, Shudha,
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Yes, Anath. Yeah, Anath, tell. Then Shudha, next one.
So like in the summer when there's more heat, the clothes dry faster because there's more heat, which increases the kinetic energy inside the molecules, which makes them turn into gas faster.
Yes, right. So in summer season, you compare the drying of clothes in summer season and in winter season or rainy season. So summer season has more heat energy in the surrounding. Heat energy, temperature of the surrounding is more as compared to winter season. So you can see that is a time by which the clothes get dried. It is always more in summer season than in winter season. Winter seasons, it take time, or cloudy day, it will take time for the clothes to get dried up. But in summer season, faster. Even you can see in summer season, the ponds, lakes get dried fast and even completely get dried. Rivers also you may see this it get dried because of the evaporation of water. Right? Clear? Students, how the students are still not in the class? Be attentive. Shares fourth factor.
ma'am,
Fourth factor on which rate of evaporation depends.
humidity,
Done already.
wind speed,
Wind speed. Okay. How it is depends on wind speed. How wind speed affects the rate of evaporation.
Ma'am, the particle gets carried away as the wind speed is more, whenever it is more.
Okay. So example, any daily life example?
Ma'am, clothes drying.
Hmm? Clothes drying in
Clothes drying. Clothes drying in a windy day.
yeah. Any other example anyone has?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes.
Ma'am, evaporation of sweat from the body.
Evaporation of sweat from the body, that will due to the wind. What happens? How wind is affecting the rate of evaporation, that is example of that. Yes, Kanchi?
Ma'am, use of hair dryers.
Use of hair dryers, very good. So when we use hair dryers for wet clothes to dry wet hair, it get dried faster. We are using hair dryer, it blows air. So with the help of that air, we can the wet hair get dried. If the long hair of girls, you can see in comparison to the boys are very less. Then in case of girls, when they have the very long hair, so to dry them, it will take long time, near about 1 hour, 2 hour time also it is needed. But with the help of dryer, within 5 minutes also, you can dry those hair easily. Or even anything, any cloth also, if we want to dry, it is in this one also spinner also. It is continuous rotation takes place. So there also the air is blown, hot air is blown through the washing machine. So there also the clothes get dried faster through the hot air. Even in the clothes also, if it is outside at night, if we have this one, we wash them. So if we turn on the fan and we kept the clothes below that, we hang the cloth below that. This due to the with the help of fan, the clothes get dried up. Okay, so these are the example of wind speed. Okay, so all these are the examples of rate affecting factors affecting rate of evaporation. Now, last time I have explained you how the evaporation causes cooling. So can anyone explain how evaporation causes cooling?
Ma'am, can I say?
Yes.
Ma'am, should I say like the chemical process or like an example?
Not chemical, physical process. Evaporation is a physical process.
No, ma'am, like
Yeah.
I'm.
What
Yes,
is
sir.
happening in particular level?
Okay, yeah. When you when something gets evaporated, it uses the heat of its surroundings to get evaporated. So when it is, as it uses the heat of its surroundings to get evaporated, it leaves of its coolness, and it causes cooling like that as it evaporates, but it leaves its coolness.
So when particles on the surface is exposed to air, they are nearby air. They take up the heat energy from the surrounding particles as well as from the liquid, remaining liquid. They take up heat energy which is in the form of, it is stored in the particles in the form of latent heat of vaporization. So that heat energy is absorbed by these surface particles, and these particles gets converted into gaseous state and enters into air. So these particles have taken up heat energy. So the remaining liquids have given out heat energy. So heat energy is decreases. Heat energy of the remaining liquid decreases, and that is what we call as the liquid get cooled down. So this way the surrounding particles, surrounding air particles also has lost heat energy. So they also get cooled down. So area nearby, when we others example I told you, when we sprinkle water on the rooftop or surrounding of the house, if we sprinkle water, so this water particles take up heat energy from the surrounding and evaporates. So from the surrounding, the heat energy particles have lost heat energy. So therefore the area near the houses completely get cooled. Right? Clear? The process of sweating also, the example of that evaporation causes cooling is a sweating process also. Perspiration we call this in science, use the word as perspiration, and in everyday life it is sweating. So in the sweating also, the sweat comes up through the sweat glands on the surface of the skin, and then they try to evaporate out. For the evaporation, they take out heat energy from the remaining particles and evaporates out. So due to that, the body has lost heat energy to make them evaporate. So therefore, we feel cool. And the extension of the same question, perspiration is helping in keeping body cool. And and for that purpose, to again advantage for that, for helping the process of perspiration, we need to wear cotton clothes instead of synthetic clothes in summer season generally, because we sweat a lot in summer season. So at that time, the material cloth we have to use it, the fiber, the material for which we are wearing, it should be made up of cotton clothes, because cotton has a property of absorbing water. So therefore, cotton can absorb these sweat particles, and they help sweat to get evaporated. And therefore, we feel cooler in cotton clothes. But in synthetic clothes, what happens? Synthetic clothes can't absorb sweat. So sweat will remain below your cloth. So it stick to the skin and it will remain below. It is not able to evaporate. And without evaporation, we can't feel cooler. So it is much more discomfort, and as well as sweat starts stinking a lot. So smell of the sweat will be increased in synthetic clothes. Okay. Second example. Third example, when we pour acetone on our palm feel chilling effect. So palm has a chilling effect. Whenever the acetone is poured on the area, that area become completely chilled. The reason is acetone, not only water, if water only won't evaporate, every liquid has a property of evaporation. In that, some of the liquids which have the less boiling point, they evaporate very fast. At room temperature, they start evaporating. So for the evaporation, they have to evaporate much below their boiling points. So sometimes if the boiling point is less, then the particles will absorb more amount of heat energy from the body, because they have to evaporate below boiling point. So in acetone, since boiling point is approximately 56 degrees Celsius. So acetone particles will start evaporating at room temperature very quickly by taking large amount of heat energy. So acetone particles absorb large amount of heat from the area on which it falls. So from that particular area, suppose it falls on this area, then it will take out heat energy very quickly, and large amount of heat energy is taken up by the acetone particles. So therefore, immediately we can feel the chilling effect at that area. So acetone, commonly found in nail polish remover, is the diluted acetone. Or thinner in paints, acetone is used in thinners of the paints. While when they paint it, before that they add thinner, one liquid is added to make that thin. Then that liquid is called, that is a acetone liquid. Second example, ether is also one of the liquid, or you can use the ethanol. Spirit is used before injections. Before taking injections, the one liquid is applied on your area where it has to be injected. Injection has to be given. So you will feel cooling effect there also. Have you felt any time you have taken injection?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that is also because of ethanol. Ethanol, the spirit is actually the ethanol, one of the alcohol, which is applied on your hand before injections. So there also its melting point, boiling point of that is approximately 78 degrees Celsius. So it also starts evaporating fast by taking large amount of heat energy. So therefore, that area where that ethanol is rubbed, from that area, large amount of heat energy is given out in a very short duration of a time. So therefore, we feel cooling area. That area felt colder. Okay. Even for minor surgeries, for some normal surgeries are there for kids. If it is one stitch has to be done, or there is a wound and kid is very cranky, it is crying continuously. So that performing minor surgeries, any minor surgery, or any cut is there that has to be stitched. So at that time, complete body could not be given, anesthesia could not be given at that time, because it is very small area has to be operated. Will not have much more damaging effect, will not be there, much more painful, it will not be there. But kids, they get scared. So therefore, that area, they apply ether. Ether is one of the liquid. It is used for minor surgeries. They won't give anesthesia. Anesthesia injection has to be given. So that area become numb, and the person can, this one doctor can, this one operate that body part. But anesthesia is given for a larger operations, major operations, not for the smaller operations. Now, suppose some skin is peeled or this nail has some infection and nail has to be taken out. This is called as a minor surgery. For that time, it is ether is applied. So ether's boiling point is very less. So ether also for evaporation take out a large amount of heat energy in a very short duration of a time. So due to that, that area become numb. As you see, as you feel, when you hold a ice for 2 minutes in your hand, how is the feeling of your hand? After that, are you able to feel anything?
No, ma'am.
If you hold ice cube in your hand for just 2 minutes, after that, you are able to sense that area?
Yes, ma'am.
Sense, you can sense it. If any this pinching also there, anyone, if put
No,
the
ma'am.
injection also, no one will understand that. Because that area becomes numb. Why it becomes numb? Because ice is very colder and your hand palm is very larger at more temperature. So therefore the heat energy, a large amount of heat energy will be transferred from your palm to ice. And therefore your palm has given out large amount of heat energy. And therefore this area will completely become numb. We can't, if we take this one also pinch also, you won't feel that pinching. When you put ice, the same effect is seen in case of ether also. When you put ether on particular wound area, the area to be operated, the ether will take out large amount of heat energy for a very short duration of a time, in a very short duration of a time. So that area become completely numb. Before we won't feel cooling, we don't feel anything from that area. So that is also the evaporation process that happens due to the evaporation. Evaporation causes cooling effect. Okay, desert coolers. Have you seen desert coolers? Mostly from the people from Karnataka or southern area have not seen. Northern area mostly have seen the this one, desert coolers, a huge coolers. So in desert cooler also, I will show you the diagram of desert cooler. Huge size coolers, which works, the water has to be poured in it. This kind, have you seen?
Yes, sir.
Bigger
It's
size.
there. Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am. It's
screen
there
is
in
not shared.
my native.
Yeah. 1 second. This one. Just a sec. So the internal structure of it. Desert cooler also, there is a one question is there based on this desert cooler. This is actually internal part of the desert cooler. It has a fan in front area. This is a fan in the front area. Backside there is one pump which is connected to the water. It is actually water submersible. So there is a water container in that pump is there. That pump takes up water And then outside from the 3 area, this is a front side, you can see the fan, but backside these 3 areas, it is a cubical structure sideways. So 3 faces, 2 side faces and 1 back face. There is a dry grass is present. So it is worked as a filter. So that dry grass, the water is pumped up and tried to pass through that dry grass area. Through the grass, the water starts passing downwards through the filter out. This water will be filtered out. It is circulated. Water is circulated from the 3 surfaces. Able to understand? Have you seen that anytime? Anyone is using?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I have seen it once.
No, in north is used much more because there is a much more hot areas.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens in that water pump is there inside the water will be taken up and then circulated, so that water makes the area cool down, inside that area cool down, and that is with the help of fan it is transferred out. So now here also what happened, when the water moves out and then through 3 phases, when the water is dripping downwards, means it is slowly it is passing through that dry grass area. So at that time it is exposed to air. Through that grassy area, the water is exposed to air, and then from there the water is evaporating out. So hot air is moving inside, and due to that the water present in this is evaporating out. So for the evaporation, it is taking out heat energy from the room. So from the room, the heat energy is absorbed by the water particles and the water particles evaporates out. And therefore, due to that, the inside area becomes more cooler, and that cold air will be passed out with the help of this fan. Able to understand? In the room, there is a hot air. So that hot air, it is absorbed by the water particles, which are transferring through the, this one here, sideways or back face. Here it is in the back face, there is a grassy area is there, a dry grass is present. I'm trying to find out that exact picture actually, the dry grass sideways. The sheets are there, foam sheets are present. This is a structure from outside. Inside that, this is present.
Ma'am, I got that picture.
Which picture you got it?
Ma'am, you said that dry grass.
Dry grass. The people have not seen it is a very common. That's the reason I need to find it out. It's very common to the people. Can say somewhat open structure. That is the structure inside. So from 3 faces, you can see there is a brown color. Are you able to see?
Yes,
Side
ma'am.
face. So that is a dry grass is present. It is a sheet, foam-like sheet is grass sheet has to be made. Nowadays, it is made from foam. It is now they are directly using the foams. So through that water, it is here is a pump. Water is present at this area. Then with the help of pump, it is transferred to each and every part this. So water get poured. Water is sucked upward with the help of pump like this, and there is a pipe. Through that, it will start passing through the sheet. It will start passing through this sheets. It is moving downwards. So water is exposed to air from this area. It is ventilated area. From that, the water is exposed and it starts evaporating by taking the heat energy of the room. Room is hot. This is hot room. It is more water is there. More heat energy is there. So these water particles present in this that khas we call it as actually. It is a dry grass. From that water come out. It starts evaporating by absorbing heat energy from the room and evaporates out. So therefore the area, the hot air is used up and they have absorbed heat energy. So they have absorbed heat energy. So it is automatically cooled down because the particles have lost energy, heat energy. So therefore it gives a cooling effect. And it is more effective than your normal coolers. So normal coolers, whatever we use, it will not be, they are less effective. And these desert coolers, we call them as, they are more effective because of this evaporation technique. Clear? Able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So these also work on evaporation technique. Understood everything? All these points clear about the evaporation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone has any doubt? In this chapter, two things still we need to do. That is a temperature conversion. In different units, the temperature has to be converted. And then the two more states of matter, that is plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate, BEC. Evaporation, any doubt anyone has?
No, ma'am.
And notes I have uploaded in Google Classroom. So you can go through that and wait for a few days to give me books. Books will have everything. Okay. So now evaporation, anyone has any doubt? Any doubt in evaporation part or till now, what are the part has been done? Anyone has any doubt? Any doubt anyone has?
No, ma'am.
No. Everything clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is temperature conversions in different scales of temperature scales. Temperature is measured on different scales. It is degree Celsius, Kelvin, and degree Fahrenheit. Okay. In these three temperatures we generally are using at home. The body temperature is measured in terms of either degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. With the help of thermometer, we measure the temperature on either degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit we are counting. But in chemistry, generally in laboratories, temperatures are always measured in Kelvin. Kelvin is called as absolute scale. Because it starts with 0 value. So value of 0 Kelvin means the temperature. We know that is what is temperature? What is temperature?
Amount of heat energy in the atmosphere.
Temperature of the substance.
No, I'm saying anywhere it could be.
Yeah. Amount of heat
And the
energy,
hotness
that
or
is
coldness of a object.
hotness or coldness of an object is called as temperature. That means it is a measure of heat energy. But actually for all the particles, the temperature is actually the measure of kinetic energy. It is the actually measure of kinetic energy. Okay, temperature is actually the measure of kinetic energy of the particles. So as we decrease the kinetic energy, the temperature decreases, the kinetic energy of the particles keep on decreasing. Now, what is Kelvin here? Why Kelvin scale came into existence? Kelvin scale came much afterwards, after the degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. So what is Kelvin scale, or absolute value of a temperature? That means a temperature at which particle have zero kinetic energy. So particles won't move at all. So that stage is called as actual zero temperature or actual zero kinetic energy the particle possesses. Absolute zero. So when we say that it's zero temperature, temperature, we know that it is a measure of kinetic energy of the particles. So when particles don't have kinetic energy, that means kinetic energy is zero. So that should be the actual zero value of temperature. Able to understand? Actual zero value of temperature, that means the temperature is actually the measure of kinetic energy. So the actual zero temperature, that means the temperature kinetic energy of the particle should be zero. So that temperature is measured by Kelvin scale. So Kelvin scale is actually measuring the kinetic energy of the particles. Clear? So 0 Kelvin means that temperature at which particles can't move at all.
Ma'am,
Yes.
but is there any substance which has zero, like
They have tried
kinetic
to take it.
energy?
Yes, they have tried to make that.
There are. Oh.
Yes, there are. Not ideally, not possible, but some of the scientists have tried to find out that 0 Kelvin. They have tried to do that. And that value is exactly minus 273.15 degrees Celsius lesser than the 0 degrees Celsius. 273.15 degrees Celsius lesser than the zero melting point of ice. 0 degrees Celsius and degree Fahrenheit is actually working from 0 to something. So 0 degrees Celsius is not, it is in between temperature. It actually they have considered from the melting point of ice. It starts from the melting point of ice, but below that also there are some temperatures. So actually temperature means the amount of kinetic energy present in the body. So when we decrease the temperature, kinetic energy of the particles keep on decreasing, that means the temperature of the particle also keep on decreasing. So one stage reached when kinetic energy becomes zero, then that temperature is called absolute zero temperature. Right? Able to understand? Absolute zero temperature means what?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolute zero temperature means that temperature at which kinetic energy of the particle is zero. And that is measured by the Kelvin scale. So Kelvin scale, so 0 Kelvin means no kinetic energy. So 273 Kelvin means 0 degrees Celsius.
0 Celsius.
273 Kelvin, when the temperature increases to 273 value, from 0 to 270 when it is increases, then on Celsius scale it is 0 degrees Celsius. Clear? So Kelvin scale, SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. And you don't have degree Kelvin, it is only K. It is written as only K, Kelvin. The temperature units, degree Celsius to Kelvin conversion. T degrees Celsius is equal to Kelvin temperature minus 273. T Kelvin minus 273. So T degree Celsius, that is any temperature in Celsius, is equal to Kelvin temperature minus 273. And if we want to find out the Kelvin temperature, T Kelvin is equal to T degree Celsius, that means 80 degree Celsius. In that you have to add 273. Actual value is 273.15, but for calculation, to make it easy calculation, 0.15 is removed. Okay. For example, suppose you have 27 degrees Celsius temperature. We need to convert into Kelvin. What we have to do is degree Celsius plus 273, then it is a Kelvin scale. So Kelvin scale is 27 plus 273, that is equal to 300 Kelvin. Clear? Able to understand the conversion?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have one more question for this conversions. Degree Celsius and Kelvin conversions, you have questions. So convert degree Celsius, values will be given, you have to convert into Kelvin. And if it is Kelvin is given, you have to convert into degree Celsius. Clear? So write down, we'll do some questions. Ajinkya, now you are joining the class?
I'm not there, ma'am.
You are not there.
I'm not there.
Till 6:30 you were not there. I have not shared screen till 6:30. All students were in front of me. So you have not joined till 6:30. Done?
Yes.
Have you completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then do these questions. Convert degree Celsius to Kelvin. First one, 57 degrees Celsius. Second one, 129 degrees Celsius. 356 degrees Celsius. Convert Kelvin to degrees Celsius.
Done, ma'am.
Done.
Done, ma'am.
What's the first answers? What are the answers? First one,
So 330 to
300,
30.
330 Kelvin. Okay. Second one,
402.
402.
40.
402 Kelvin. Okay. Third one,
620.
20 Kelvin.
629 Kelvin. And then this side, 323 Kelvin is 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. 500,
227.
227 degrees Celsius.
minus
73 degrees Celsius.
73.
Minus 73. And this one,
minus 60.
67 degrees Celsius. Okay, fine. So this whole temperature conversion is clear. Now tell me, what is the state of water at 0 degrees Celsius? What's the state of water at 0 degrees Celsius?
Solid and liquid.
Solid and liquid. At 25 degrees Celsius?
Liquid.
Liquid.
Only liquid. And at 100 degrees Celsius?
Liquid.
Liquid and
and
gas.
Liquid and gas both, right? Okay. So now this chapter is actually over. Two more points has to be done. That is, one is Brownian movement and two states of matter. That is plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. I need to explain you, so that I will do next class. Okay. Till that, you have to start doing NCERT questions. All the question answers of NCERT is very important. First start solving, and I will upload one of the worksheet, objective worksheet I'm uploading. Okay, so first start doing NCERT question answers, book question answers. Okay, in-text question as well as exercise questions. In between the chapter, there are few questions which we call as in-text question. And the end of the chapter, again, there are questions. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So complete that one.
Okay, ma'am.
The first NCERT you complete, then after that I'm giving you objective questions. Okay? And for reference, till now, I have given you notes on Google Classroom. I already uploaded. Okay. Fine. Now you can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.